So, a lot of people don't really understand how a textbook is put together. So, what I'd like to do with fundamentals, which is the one we're going to do the first set of videos on, is give you an idea generally of how a textbook is constructed. I've always written the textbook to be a teacher, and so it doesn't replace your teacher in the classroom, but it is a teacher nonetheless. And it is got all kinds of activities, interactive stuff, and a very robust electronic component that goes with the book. Read the preface and read the overview on how things are wanting to go together. And there's a picture I'd really like to show you. This is a picture of my teacher, Dr. Leon Chadow, among others that were really good. That's Luke helping me get things straightened around there. He's behind the camera. He passed away recently, and he had written the foreword for every single book I had done.
Chadow.
Dr. Chadow had. And I could not bring myself to bring another person in to do the foreword for these textbooks. So instead, this book is dedicated to him. Another thing you might not realize is that with an academically published book like these, there's a whole team of editors and marketing people and artists and reviewers, and they all come together to make this really excellent. So it's not just my opinion, and it's not just Luke's opinion. We have to take this and use the information in such a way that it captures where massage is now and where it's going to go in the future. The book is set up in 4 units, just like the science book, and eventually we'll talk about that. The first 2 units talk more about the soft skills, sometimes people want to call that, the ethics, the professionalism, the business, what is a practice framework. And then we get into information related to terminology, documentation, robust chapter on research, indications, contraindications, and the relevant science that goes with that is then very much expanded in the Essential Science book. Then we move into the hands-on portion, where we talk about ergonomics and body mechanics, which is essential, and then the draping, positioning, just the movement around the massage table, how to set up a massage room, the sanitation and the hygiene. So that's all in another unit. And then we have our hands-on skills, and those include the basic massage skills, and then how we move into assessment and treatment planning. The final unit is something called Beyond the Basics, and what it does is prepares the student with and exposes the student with the information needed to be aware of where they might want to specialize, or gives adjunct, like with cupping and taping and those essential oils, hydrotherapy, where they can add into where their massage is at. We also look at special populations, career pathways, and then it's all pulled together in Chapter 16 with the 20 case studies that revolve around the most common client concerns, client outcomes that you'll encounter as a massage therapist. The book is targeting entry level, but it takes you beyond entry level so that you walk into your entry level practice with the ability to really expand on continuing education and being your own teacher. As we move forward with this, what we're going to do is have a short clip about each of the individual chapters. And regardless of how your program is put together, you can start at the beginning of the book and go straight through. If you have modules, each chapter can become a course book or a course handout for each of the courses that you've got set up. The business chapter has been totally reorganized and is very extensive. The research chapter, I'm really thrilled with how it came out because I was able to justify the 4 basic outcomes with meta-analysis and systematic reviews, which is excellent for how massage therapy is being supported as an evidence-informed practice. So instead of having a whole lot of textbooks, if you have your program broken up into smaller courses, then you continue to use the book, but you don't necessarily use it from page 1 to page 600. You pick and choose how you're going to do that. The Evolve site and in the textbook, we have made a special concerted effort to prepare the student for the MBLEX exam and the critical thinking that it takes to learn how to successfully problem solve through a multiple choice exam. This has been a specific focus in these editions. So that should give you a general idea of how the book is put together. Our configuration is primarily focused on what the entry-level analysis project and COMTA, Commission on Massage Training and Education, are recommending at 625 hours, but it certainly can be accommodating to a shorter 500-hour program or longer program, especially if you spend more concentrated time on that final unit beyond the basics.